you was laying in bed with a woman or a man and God just convicted you right in your sin. And the light bulb went off and said, what am I doing here? You know, all the things, as I said, he wouldn't do for his father, now he's going for this foreigner. You'd run for the devil, but you wouldn't run for God. You was worried about impressing man, and you didn't care about impressing God. So, when he came to himself, he says, first of all, man, I can eat better than this as a servant. As a slave at my father's house. So he's talking to himself about what he needs to do. And I hear so many people all the time talking about what they need to do in their life and how they need to correct this and how they need to do that. You know what to do, but you won't do it. The Bible says he arose. He got up from his mess. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody thinks that, you know, in this walk, God can't do it all for you. You know, and the Bible talks about how, you know, because we all deal with funky things in our life. It's interesting that God says we have to put on love. There's certain things we have to put on, which means that we've taken what? It off. So, he says, I'm going to rise and get up and go to my father's house. And I got to repent for what I've done. And you know, we live in a world today that don't want to hear, that wants nothing with repentance. In fact, you know, it's okay for me to live in a pig pen. God will forgive me because I'm living in a pig pen, and that's His purposes for my life. And as long as, you know, He knows my heart, and you know, I can outwardly say that I love God, but there be no change in my life, and I can continue in the pig pen. But he says that he got up and he arose and he went to his father's house. And the wonderful thing is that when you make the choice to come to God, He will come to you. Amen. See, you got to do, if you, listen, sometimes you got to fight for your salvation. Huh? When it talks about when Jesus was in the garden, he had, it was like great drops of, Bible says like great drops of blood, I believe it was, and he had to fight in prayer to do God's will. Because I'm here to tell you, it ain't easy doing God. Is it easy doing God's will? Living right? No. But there's so many things, how many know? And you ain't got to be a young person. There's so many distractions, ain't there? And you can, listen, you can get off base real quick. All of us. Off the Father. And there we go down that slippery slope in that far country. But while he's coming home, and for some of y'all, you need to come home. Your heart needs to come home. The dots, some of y'all, the dots, they ain't connecting yet. For some of y'all, you're going to stay in the pig pen a little bit longer because your head's still down in the slop. Amen. But you stay there long enough, if you're a real child of God, you're going to raise that head up. See, I can't stay here no more. Gets up, he comes home. Well, the amazing thing is that the Father was waiting all along. And I think so many times in the church, we forget it. And when people come through those doors, we need to have compassion. And we need to have compassion toward one another in here. When he saw his son, see, the father was, they make it like he was a dignified man. It was when you're reading this in the history, it's almost as if he's out of character. The father in the story is out of character when he's running to his son. But he didn't care. Because when you love your son, you don't care who or what thinks what. Well, God loves you. And he don't care what anybody thinks. You hear me? Amen. He loves you, and he will come get you where you are. So I'm sure, when he came back, he was clean. He was dirty. His father in his clothes ran and embraced his son and kissed him. The father says, my son is home. And that's my desire for all my children, is that they be home. And God's desire is that his children be home. How many know you was lost? But now I'm found. I was blind. Y'all better hear me. Amen. I was blind, and I thank God. Man, Pastor said, somebody help me to see. Amen. Man, I thank God for God sending the people in my life to help me see. Amen. He thought about how good the Father was to him. I miss my Father. There's somebody here, you may be missing your father. God loves you. And God wants to restore you. When he came home, he gave him the very best. He didn't deserve nothing. And when he came back, he was humble. How many know God had to humble you? And see, when he left, he was saying, give me. And when he came home, he said, make me. I'll do, Lord, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of the wicked. Amen. Make me, Lord. I'll do, man. See, Lord, listen. Whatever you got, I'm good with. I just want to be in your presence. Quit chasing stuff and chase his presence. You hear me? The Bible says, seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto you. Amen. Father, we thank you for tonight. We thank you for your loving us. And all of us have been lost. Physically alive, but spiritually dead. Father, forgive us for the time we wasted away from your presence, we thought. Forgive us for wasting our talents and our gifts in the world, for spending everything that we had on the devil. But Father, thank you that you used the rod of a pig pen to bring me to myself. Father, and I thank you that when I came, you didn't beat me up. You just opened your arms and said, come. Father, help us to go out and look for the product. Help us, Lord, to have compassion as you have compassion on us. Father, I pray tonight, because some of us have a foul odor in our heart, and your word declares that we are to be a sweet aroma. So, Father, I pray that you help us, that when folk see us, that they say they've been with Jesus. And now, Father, be with us tonight, and all of God's people said, Amen. Amen.